Good evening, everybody. And in case you're looking and you don't see anything familiar, it's because we're at a brand new venue. We're at Lynn Woods, and we're at the home of Wyoming softball. Diamond, what a great job Wyoming's done putting lights here, doing the field. All the rain, bad weather we've had, the field is in absolute perfect shape. This is St. Mary's taking on Spellman. Trying to bunt, fouls it back out of play. This is Donovan, the center fielder, leading off. And right up front, I apologize. Spellman got here late with all the traffic and everything, and they're trying to get the game going because there's a Little League game after this. Changeup goes high for a ball. St. Mary's is 4-1. They're undefeated in the Catholic Central League. The loss was to Gloucester at Gloucester. That one bounces to the backstop. Angelia Pepe is on the mound for the Spartans. In the dirt, so she had her 2 strikes. Now she's going to come in with a pitch or put Donovan on. And that's ball 4, so she lost her. So Donovan becomes a base runner at first with nobody out for Pearson, the first baseman. Spellman had a tough time getting here from Brockton. Traffic. And all he did was run into more traffic. They throw it away at first base. That's going to move the runner to third. Pearson will get credit with a sacrifice. The errant throw by the catcher sailed over the head, and all of a sudden it's first and third with nobody out for Kelly, the shortstop. They didn't go for the play at second. They went for the play at first. Kelly gets an RBI. They were thinking they might go for 2. They wound up getting 1, but they get the one at first. They didn't get the one at second. Sullivan, the pitcher, can help herself. And I take it back. They didn't score. The runner at third didn't score. I automatically thought with the throw over to first she was going to score easily with the ball hit. But she stayed on the bag and didn't score. So it's second and third with 1 out. Swing and a miss. A strikeout would be very big here. And that's strike 3 called. Nice pitch by Pepe. So 2 away for Palmer, the catcher. St. Mary's should get a big break if they get Palmer out. In for a strike. Popped foul out of play. So Palmer, one swing of the bat of maybe putting Spellman up 2-0. Pepe, one strike away from getting out of the inning. Strike 3 called. So they bail out. The error doesn't hurt. The walk doesn't hurt. She gets 2 big strikeouts in the inning, Pepe does. And I had given Spellman a run, thinking the runner from third scored, but the runner stayed at third, so no score yet. St. Mary's will get a chance to get on the board first in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Christina Nowicki, the center fielder, leading off. Playing second and batting second, Felicia D'Alessandro. Marina DiBiaso, the right fielder, will hit third. In the cleanup spot is the DH, Talia Smaller. She's hitting for the pitcher, Angelia Pepe. The shortstop, Sam Perezinski, will hit number 5. Batting sixth and playing first base, Taylor Sullivan. Catching and batting 7th, Jordan Sullivan. The left fielder, Katie O'Neill, hits in the number 8 spot. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order is Alyssa Grossi. So St. Mary's is using actually a designated player, not a DH. It's different in softball. But they're playing 10 and batting 9. Spellman's only batting 9. They're not using a DP. Sullivan on the mound for Spellman. As I mentioned, he had a long way to come. There was an awful lot of traffic coming from Brockton through Boston. And when they finally did get to Lynn, there was an awful lot of traffic here in Lynn as well. Took me a while to get here, and I don't live that far away. Spellman's had quite a few rainouts. That's going to pile up. Doesn't hurt that much in softball. The pitchers can pitch almost every day. Baseball is where it hurts. Softball is the normal throw. I know, I did it for years. I didn't do it well, but I did it. Christina Nowicki in for a strike. Very good athlete. Basketball player, softball player. Her sister was the ace of the team that won a lot of games here at St. Mary's, now playing in college. Doing very well, very, very well. She can pitch some too. They don't need her now because they needed her last year. Pepe was hurt. They shut Pepe down the second half of the season, so they only had Lily Newhall. And that got Nowicki, the center fielder, some time. She would come in relief at times. Chases the high pitch and swings through it for strike 3. Blue skies, big puffy clouds. Sun shining brightly, but we can't get rid of that wind. When the wind stops, it gets nice and warm. Alessandro almost didn't reach that pitch she was trying to bunt. She was halfway down to first base and had to lean back, try to get a piece of it, and fouled it off. Quickly 0-2. St. Mary's will play any place they can put their feet down. They played, last couple of years, they played a few games at Linfield. They played one there this year. Swing and a miss. Sullivan on the mound can bring it. 2 quick strikeouts. Marina DiBiaso, another outstanding athlete, very good hockey player. So far, St. Mary's has hit 2 foul balls. And D'Alessandro had to almost throw the bat at the ball to get one. Foul to the backstop, quickly 0-2. An impressive inning for Sullivan. 3 straight strikeouts, all swinging. So St. Mary's lucked out when Spellman did not score, but they went down very quickly. 3 up, 3 down by swinging strikeouts. We played an inning here at the Wyoming softball field, and we're still dead even. St. Mary's nothing, Spellman nothing. Dockery, the right fielder, will lead it off against Pepe. Hit foul towards the Spellman dugout. Hit the shot, nice play. Sam Porozinski, the shortstop, went a couple of steps to her left, fielded it, made the nice throw. 1 up, 1 down in the second inning. McDonald, the left fielder, is the hitter. In for a strike. Fishing inside for a ball. Hit right to the first baseman. Knocking it down was Taylor Sullivan making the easy play. 2 up, 2 down for Joyce, the second baseman. She jammed. It almost looked like she swung at that pitch. Missing down and in. In for a strike. Paige Licata, the head coach for the Spartans, ably assisted by Afton Dean. Almost looked like she was trying to bunt and took the pitch. It was in for a strike. So we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in inning number 2. And it's strike 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Pepe in the second. She's retired 5 in a row. St. Mary's, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Taylor Smaller, Sam Porozinski, Taylor Sullivan. And we want to tell you about a great event that's happening, our annual TV 15 All-Star Party. Normally we honor close to 100 high school kids. A t-shirt, a plaque, a buffet. This year we expanded it. We included baseball and softball, even though the season's not over. Lacrosse, tennis, golf. So we're going to have an awful lot of young kids, young men and women from the 4 high schools honored at Classical High School. The date is May 19th at 6 o'clock in the auditorium. Tasso Nikolakopoulos of John's Roast Beef and Kevin Harrington of Harrington Trophies. 2 outstanding gentlemen who have been with me since day one, and they foot the bill, if you will. Swing and a miss. This is Talia Small of the DH hitting for the pitcher. High for a ball. So put that on your calendar, May 19th, 6 o'clock, Link Classical Auditorium. Hit foul back and out of play. Hit in the right field for a base hit. So Smaller gets his time. She gets the first hit, goes the other way. Sullivan had struck out 3 swinging in the first inning. Gives up her first base runner. Sam Perezinski will be the hitter. Down and in for a ball. By the catcher to the backstop. Can't find it. Sullivan, the pitcher, had it pointed out to the catcher Palmer where the ball was. In the dirt to the backstop, so St. Mary's has the first base runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the second. In for a strike. Hit in the air over the right fielder's head. Back to the fence. Looking to go for 3. She'll get there easily, standing up. Sam Perezinski with a triple. Smaller had to hold up to see if the ball would be caught. The right fielder, Dockery, looked like she might have a play in the ball. Just couldn't reach it. So Perezinski with a triple. Smaller scores the first run for St. Mary's. And they have a runner at third with nobody out. Hit hard again. This one slices foul down the right side. This is Taylor Sullivan, the first baseman, fouls it off. So Sullivan looked unhittable in the first inning, striking out the first 3 swinging. Popped up, running out of real estate as the third baseman. Popped up. Pitcher Sullivan will make the play. Heading to the Spellman dugout right over by the first baseline, making the catch. 1 away for Jordan Sullivan, the catcher. In for a strike. Hit foul to the backstop. Quickly 2 strikes. Hit foul again, out of play. Sprinkling of fans here down the left field line behind the fence. Out in the outfield. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Those are 2 big outs to pop up to the pitcher and a strikeout with a runner at third and nobody out. Now the runner's at third with 2 outs for Katie O'Neill, the left fielder. Slices it foul behind first base, almost hit the concession stand. Chopped to third. Third baseman Lacara makes the play over the first baseman Pearson. So they get out of it fairly cheaply, considering they had a runner at third with nobody out and a run in. But St. Mary's jumps on top. The RBI triple by Perezinski. And we play 2 here at the Wyoming Little League Field. It's St. Mary's 1, Spellman nothing. Lacara, the third baseman, will lead off the third inning and then back to the top of the order against Angelia Pepe. Swing and a miss. Sullivan for Spellman retired 3 in a row, gave up a hit and a triple, and then retired 3 more in a row. So Sullivan has retired 6 of the first 8, but the 2 she didn't get has put it in a 1-0 hole because it was a single and a triple. Swing and a miss. Paige Licata is very upset that she may have Angelia Pepe for a couple more years. Still only a young kid on the mound. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Four strikeouts for Pepe. Donovan, the leadoff hitter, drew a walk. Went to second on a sacrifice, and when the sacrifice was thrown off the first baseman's glove, she continued to third. A ground ball to short. She didn't score. I thought she scored. I thought Spellman grabbed a 1-0 lead, but she didn't score from third. And she runs up, slapping, and slaps it off one of the cars. That sounded like it might have done some damage to a car. That was way over her head. She tried to slap it. Not scoring on that ground ball cost them dearly, because Pepe struck out the next 2 hitters to get out of the inning, and Spellman didn't score. 2 quick strikes on the Spellman center fielder. And she tries to slap it again. High and tight for a ball. It cools off a little bit when that sun goes in, because that wind is still blowing around. Low for a ball. This was similar to the first time bat. She had Donovan 2 strikes and then wound up walking her on the next 4 pitches. She had the 2 strikes again, and now it's 2-2. Up and away, 3-2. So this is a videotape replay of the opening of the ball game. The payoff pitch. Hit the third. They're going to have to hurry. They're not going to get her. She beat it for a base hit. She is so quick, and she's left-handed. She gets an extra step. Grossi tried to go get it and got it, made the throw, but had no chance of throwing her out. So she's at first for Pearson. Pearson was the one that bunted and was thrown away. She was wound up at first base and actually wound up at second base on the ground to the shot when they didn't try to get two. They went for the play at first. Hit foul back and out of play. Hit foul again over the Spellman dugout. Hit the third. Nice stretch at first base by Sullivan. Grossi throws the runner out at first. That moves the tying run over to second base with 2 outs. Kelly grounded out shot to first. And that's where I thought she got RBI, knocking the runner in from third, because I thought fielding the ball, throwing the ball to first, the runner, who was very quick, by the way, Donovan, I thought she scored easily, but she never moved off third base. It was a big break for St. Mary's. Hit foul, quickly 2 strikes. Hit in the air, that's going to go out of play. Hit to second base. Wasn't hit that hard. Alessandro goes to it quickly, got it over to Sullivan. So they get their first hit. They got another runner in scoring position at second base with 1 out. Couple of ground balls, gets Pepe out of it. She picked up her 4th strikeout. And for St. Mary's in the bottom of the third, it'll be 9-1-2 to face Sullivan from Spellman. We're winding down the month of April, and we're getting closer and closer to Memorial Day weekend, the big one where we have the Holland tournament down at Breed between English Classical, St. Mary's, and Swampscott. And then we'll have English Classical, St. Mary's, and North Reading in the Clancy tournament, the annual, at Fraser Field. And that will be wrapping up the regular season. It may go a little bit further where the games are being rained out and snowed out and bombed out. Like I mentioned, Spellman's only played, this is only the third game. For St. Mary's, it's their fifth. Alyssa Grossi, the third baseman, leads it off. She was doing a nice job for St. Mary's basketball, helping them to get to the state final. They were North Division champs, Eastern Mass champs, state finalists. One the count as the pitch sails high off the glove of the catcher Palmer. Swing and a miss. Just got a piece and stays alive. Crushes the hitter, Christina Nowicki. And the top of the order on deck. High and tight for a ball. Popped up off the top of the dugout, Spellman. Hit in the air behind second base. It's going to drop. Grossi found a spot. So here's the leadoff hitter on for Nowicki, who struck out swinging. That was the inning where Sullivan started out with 3 straight strikeouts. High for a ball. Hit right to the shortstop. Grossi didn't have a chance to get too far off the bag. One away for Felicia D'Alessandro. She struck out swinging her first trip. Nice to bunt down the first base line and fouls it off. Swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes. Chased the high pitch and swung right through it. So now there's 2 outs to runner at first. Marina DiBiasio was a strikeout victim her first trip. Hit in the air to center field. Donovan makes the play, so after the hit, he's retired 3 in a row, gave up a single and a triple, retired 3 in a row, gave up a single, retired 3 in a row. But that single and triple, the 2 back-to-back hits are the difference. So we played 3 innings here in this Catholic Central League battle. St. Mary's still holding on to that skinny 1-0 lead over Spellman. 4, 5, and 6 for Spellman as we start the 4th inning. Spellman the pitcher, Palmer the catcher, Dockery the right fielder against Angelia Pepe, starting her 4th inning of work. St. Mary's has got Lily Newhall warming up over the right field bullpen. Up and away for a ball. Sullivan was called out on strikes her first at bat. Howard goes to the backstop and it's 2-0. Pepe came up big in that first inning after the runner didn't score from third on a ground ball to short. She got the next 2 hitters on call third strikes to keep Spellman off the board with the runner still at third. High and tight, and it's 3-0. So you would think she would be looking here with the count 3-0. And that's ball 4. Second walk given up. Second time she's walked the leadoff batter. She walked the leadoff hitter to start the ball game. And we'll have a pinch runner, I believe, at first base. I'll wait till I get the number. The catcher, Palmer, was called out on strikes. Hit foul outside first base. Bunt goes foul. Quickly 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, up and coming. Pop foul back. Down and in for a ball. Swing and a miss. She chased a high fastball. So she gets Palmer for the second time. 1 away. Dockery grounded out short to first, leading him off the second inning. Slicing down the right field line, foul beyond the reach of D'Alessandro, the second baseman, and DiBiasio, the right fielder. In for a strike, good pitch. Quickly 0-2. Hit foul right at the St. Mary's dugout. Swing and a miss. She chased a high fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts. McDonald, left fielder, grounded out first baseman unassisted. Hit foul to the backstop. Hit foul again. Chased that pitch that was down and out of the strike zone. So she gives up a walk and then strikes out the side, swinging. Seven strikeouts in 4 innings for Pepe. We're halfway through the ball game. St. Mary's holding on to that 1-0 lead. And it'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Lady Spartans as the sun comes back out again. Look around, we got a couple of splotches of bright blue sky. A couple other places where it's a little bit of dark with the clouds. But it's a lot better than the weather has been. Still not the best. I still can't wear a t-shirt and shorts. but it's getting better. By June, we should be okay. Sullivan's given up 3 hits. Pepe's given up 1. Pepe's even the score, walking 2. So both have given up 3 base runners. And never by St. Mary's broke the tie. This is where St. Mary's scored their run. Talia Smaller singled. Went to second on a wild pitch and scored on Perezinski's triple. And that was with nobody out. But then Sullivan got a pop-up to herself and then a strikeout and a ground out to hold St. Mary's to the 1 run. Hit the shot. Long throw. Nice stretch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nice play by the shortstop, Kelly. No wasted effort there. Got rid of it quickly. So Smaller is out. The play goes 6-3. Perezinski hit it deep to right field, over the right fielder's head. A shot hop to the fence. Knocking in the 1 run. Hit in the left field for a base hit. So Perezinski is 2 for 2. She's at first with 1 out. Taylor Sullivan, the first baseman, popped to the pitcher, Sullivan. So it was Sullivan to Sullivan. Went after that high pitch and fouled it back and out of play. That was well out of the strike zone. So pitcher Sullivan got some help from batter Taylor Sullivan. It's at foul again, out of play. It's getting purposely close to my car. Missing inside for a ball. Taylor Sullivan up. Jordan Sullivan on deck. She strikes out. She can't go. She's out. First base was occupied. The runner can go to second. So the hitter is out. Perezinski moves into scoring position for Jordan Sullivan, who struck out swinging. They like that high pitch, fouling it off for strike 1. Down and in for a ball. Solidly hit, but she got way out in front of it and pulled it foul. Past third base. Hit it well, but just got out too far in front. Hit foul again. Missing inside, Porozinski stealing third. The third baseman way in front of the bag. And that left third base open. Well, Porozinski's on third base for her second time. She tripled her first time. Now she singles, goes to second on a wild pitch, goes to third in the stolen base. And Jordan Sullivan keeps fouling off pitches. Started to pull the trigger. It was way up over her head. They checked with the base umpire and they said, no, she didn't swing. Just in time, caught it when she realized it was going to be way over her head. Another foul ball. Sullivan is really making pitcher Sullivan throw a lot of pitches right here. She's fouled off a half a dozen. Down and in for ball four. That's a great at bat by Sullivan. Draws the first walk given up by pitcher Sullivan. And we'll have a runner at first base. We go back to that. Anytime the pitcher or catcher gets on base, you can run for them with no penalty to the runner or the pitcher catcher. They can do that as many times they get on base. And then later on, the pinch runner can come back in the game as a pinch hitter or defensive replacement. I think it's Julia Niccolo running at first base. I know because her father and her grandfather just told me it was her.
No.
They're sitting out here in the outfield with me. Julia was a very good soccer player for St. Mary's. And she, very good softball player for Wyoming. Their little league team that did very well. They let Niccolo go to second. So it's second and third for Katie O'Neill, who grounded out third to first. Right back to the pitcher. So Sullivan helps herself. So St. Mary's again leaves runner. They left the runner in scoring position in the second. They leave two here in the fourth. We've completed 4 in this Catholic Central League battle. It's still that skinny 1-0 lead, St. Mary's over Spellman. 8-9-1 for Spellman as we start the 5th inning. St. Mary's got their run in the second on a single by Smaller, followed by a triple by Porozinski, and that's it. Spellman had a threat in the first. They had a runner reach second in the third and a walk in the fourth. Joyce, the second baseman, struck out swinging her first trip. Got on the way for a ball. And that's a call, third strike. Nice pitch by Pepe. She gets Joyce for the second time. 4 in a row struck out by Pepe. She struck out the side in the fourth, gets the first here in the fifth. 8 strikeouts in 4 and a third innings. Lacara, the third baseman, was a strikeout victim. Swing and a miss. You wonder why they say pitching is 85 or 90% of the softball game? Tries to bunt, gets it down, but it goes foul. Swing and a miss. The beat goes on. 5 in a row struck out by Pepe. And the only one she hasn't got out in the game today is in the batter's box. Donovan, the center fielder, walked in single. She got the only hit for Spellman. They got a hit and a walk on there with 3 base runners, and she's 2 of them. She walked and got left at third. She slapped it to third base and beat it out for a base hit. And got to second base and got stranded. She offered it that one, trying to get it down. Grossi charging in at third. She's very, very quick. She gets an extra step or more being left-handed. She drags it, but right to Pepe. And nice pick at first base. Pepe almost threw it away. So Pepe strikes out 5 in a row and takes care of the third out with an assist. 6 in a row. Retired. 8 of the last 9 by Pepe. She's 1 shy of averaging 2 strikeouts in innings. She's got 9. We're moving to the bottom half of the fifth. It'll be 9-1-2 for St. Mary's. And I'd like to get at least one more to give them, their team and Pepe on the mound, a little bit of breathing room. Catholic Central League action. Moved here. This game was scheduled to be played at 7 o'clock tonight at Breed. And with the weather the way it is and the field not being playable, Jeff Newhall, the AD of St. Mary's, has got a little bit of family ties to Wyoming Little League. And Wyoming may be gracious host. I'm getting word that English is supposed to play classical tomorrow, and it might be here. Alyssa Grossi got a base hit her first time up. Popped it just over the second baseman's head. Down and in for a ball. So Sullivan starting her 5th inning of work. Missing again inside 2-0. She's given up 4 base hits. 2 of them hurt. The single and triple back to back. Hit by the second baseman into right field. Grossi's got her second hit. Christina Nowicki is struck out and popped to the shortstop. Let's see if they go small ball here. Down and in for a ball. She didn't show bunt. Now she tries to bunt. Fouled it off the shin guards of the catcher Palmer. Looked like almost more like trying to get a base hit than sacrifice. She was running up, trying to push it. Hit foul out of play. Hit foul again out of play. Both of those going over the Spellman dugout. Once again, fouling it back. And just like that, the weather has turned again. It was nice during the day. The sun was out. People walk around and without heavy jackets, and some in T-shirts, and the sun's gone down, and the wind is picked up and getting chilly again. Slicing it foul off to the right side. Off the batting cage and pitcher's warm-up zone down behind the concession stand. Hit to the third baseman. Nice play by the third baseman. She's going to reach across her body and backhand it going toward the foul line. That's a very nice play by Lacara, the third baseman. Took a hit away from Nowicki. So she didn't get the bunt down, but she winds up moving the runner over to second anyway with the ground ball to third. Grossi's in scoring position for Felicia D'Alessandro. Down and in for a ball. The runner takes off. Grossi went halfway to catch a fake and just lobbed it back to the pitcher. When she did, Grossi steals third base. Heads up by Alyssa Grossi. Hit to left field. Coming on, the left fielder makes the play. The runner's going to score. I think the left fielder lost track of the runner. She caught it and didn't come up quickly throwing. So heads up by Grossi. Gets St. Mary's another run. In the air, it's going to drop behind the shortstop. High in the air by DiBiasio. Everybody looking at it, nobody went to it. And it just dropped harmlessly in the outfield behind short in front of left field. And Samirish has another base runner. They square the bunt, they take the pitch. DiBiasio steals second. Hit foul. Smaller singled, scored the one run up until this inning on the triple by Porozinski. Last time up, she grounded out short to first. The I'd love to see her get a base hit here with DiBiasio at second base. Up and away for a ball. They're paying a little more attention to the base runner now after Grossi burned him with that stolen base. It turned out to be huge, scoring on the sacrifice fly. Swing and a miss. Now they're looking at runner back to second base. Chased that high fastball and swung right through it. So Sullivan's got at least one strikeout in every inning. She's got 7. But St. Mary's, Grossi manufactures a run. Got the base hit, went to second on the ground ball, stole third when they got lazy throwing the ball back to the pitcher, scored on the sacrifice fly, and that gives Pepe and St. Mary's a little more breathing room. It's now St. Mary's 2, Spellman nothing at the end of 5. Pearson, Kelly, and Sullivan, 2, 3, and 4 for Spellman. Pearson at first inning laid down a bunt, got credit for a sacrifice. She reached when the ball was thrown away at first base. The runner at first went all the way to third. But then a ground ball and 2 strikeouts got St. Mary's out of the inning without them scoring. The bunt is down. Pepe helps herself. She throws Pearson out. The last 7 outs, 5 strikeouts and 2 thrown out by Pepe. So she has been involved in the last 7 outs. Up and away for a ball. Hit in the left field for a base hit. She retired 7 in a row. Kelly gets the base hit. Only the second hit given up by Pepe. And the pitcher, Sullivan, has struck out and walked. Swing and a miss. In for strike 2. Hit foul off the backstop. Chased the pitch again, almost bounced in front of home plate. Fouled it off. Hit foul again, out of play. And once again, out of play. And the beat goes on for Pepe and Sullivan. Pepe delivering, Sullivan fouling him off. And yet again. And the runner at first, Kelly's getting one out too. She's jumping every time Sullivan swings the bat. And then going back to first base. Pitch is low for a ball. So let's see who's going to blink first, Pepe the pitcher or Sullivan the hitter. Popped up. Pepe had it and dropped it. The runner had a hold up, but she'll make it to second base. So the error is going to put 2 on. Pepe went over near the first base line, foul line. Reached for it, got a glove on it, and it just dropped it. So they'll run for Sullivan at first. And Spellman has the tying runs on base. Palmer, the catcher, has struck out twice. Once called, once swinging. So it looked like Pepe was going to win the battle as Sullivan popped it up. But then Pepe, with the run, got a glove on it and couldn't hold on to it. Pop foul. She chased the high pitch. Kelly, the shortstop, the runner at first, almost didn't run because she thought it was going to be out. She started to go back. Then she had to turn around and scoot over to second base. Down and in for a ball. So Pepe was breezing. She retired 7 in a row, was involved in all 7 outs with 5 strikeouts and 2 assists. And then she gave up a base hit and then committed the error. Nowicki coming on, can't make the play, it bounces in front of her. So that's going to load the bases as Palmer drops it in for a base hit. So 2 hits sandwiched around an error. Load the bases up for Spellman and for Dockery, the right fielder, who was grounded out and struck out. Just a little love tap by Palmer. Nowicki, great try. Short hopped it, had no play anyplace. And Spellman finally has a threat. They had a mild threat in the first inning with a runner at third. 2 strikeouts got him out of the inning. Their runner at second in the third with 1 out. Got out of the inning. Actually, the runner at second was with 2 outs. They got a leadoff walk in the fourth, but Pepe struck out the side. Yeah, it looked like she was breezing with 5 strikeouts and 2 assists, 7 straight outs. And we're going to get a pitch runner at first base as well. In for a strike. Demisio is the runner at second base. Hit in the air to center field. Nowicki makes the play. Throw the plate, not in time. Dockery knocks the run in. Kelly scores the run. The runner stayed at first and second. Nowicki got rid of it very quickly. McDonald, the left fielder, has bounced to first and struck out. High and tight for a ball. Chase that pitch. It was way over her head. Pepe got a lot of help with that pitch. And she swung at the pitch. It was 2 feet over her head. She took the pitch. It was right down the middle. Slicing foul down the right side. Hit in the air. Nice play by the shortstop. Spellman thought they might either tie it up or maybe get the lead if that's a base hit. Borozinski back on the edge a couple of feet, maybe 4 or 5 feet out in the outfield grass. Picks off that pop-up. St. Mary's breathes a big sigh of relief as Spellman is cut to 1 the lead. And they have an inning left. They're down to the last 3 outs. But a single, an error, and a single, followed by a sacrifice fly, gets them on the board. They had 1 hit going into the inning. They got 2 in the inning. And that was the first inning that Pepe didn't strike out a batter. So the error hurt because that sacrifice fly would have been the 3rd out. It's now 2-1. So that run that Grossi manufactured is very big now. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for St. Mary's as we start the bottom of the 6th. Pepe's given up 3 hits, walk 1, 2 errors. The error in the 6th inning, and it was error by the pitcher, was big because it helped prolong the inning and knock the run in. Borozinski has tripled in a run and singled. She's 2 for 2 and made that very nice catch. Hits it in the air. Right field almost overran it. At the last minute, she threw the glove over her head and wound up making the play. Looked like she overran it. But 1 pitch, 1 out. Borozinski had tripled and singled and had the 1 RBI until the 2nd run in the 5th inning. Taylor Sullivan popped to the pitcher and struck out swinging. Hit foul back. Drilled to right field. The basket catch by the right fielder. She had to go way to her right. It was in the gap. She got to it and caught it right about at the midsection. A little basket catch. Two nice plays by Dockery in right field. Looked like St. Mary's had two base hits. Instead, it's two outs. Jordan Sullivan struck out and walked. Hit into left field. They get it back quickly. They hold Sullivan to a single. So those plays in right field certainly are a lot bigger now with that base hit. Niccolo again will run at first base for Sullivan. Niccolo takes off and steals second base. Katie O'Neill, the left fielder, is grounded to third and bounced to the pitcher. Swing and a miss. Hit the second. Joyce makes the play over to Pearson. So here we go into the seventh inning. St. Mary's holding on to a one-run lead. St. Mary's 2-1. Spellman down to the last three outs. And it'll be 8-9-1 for Spellman in the seventh inning. 8-9-1 for Spellman down to the last three outs. They need a run to stay alive. Joyce, the second baseman, has struck out twice. In fact, these first two hitters have struck out 4 times. 3 times swinging, 1 time called. And it's not Joyce, it's Pakla. 26 is pinch hitting. So a pinch hitter for Joyce. Hit foul off the backstop. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Nice way to start the seventh inning. So double digits in strikeouts for Pepe. That gives her 10. Lakara gets the bunt down. When they're waiting for the umpire, they're waiting to see if Sullivan will pick the glove up. She can't trap it on the ground. She has to pick the glove up. So they try to beat out the bunt. Pepe makes another nice play. That's her third assist. Donovan has walked, singled, and thrown out by Pepe. And she's the threat if she gets on. She can run, she can fly. St. Mary's wants to get this out and get out of here. Very late swing, fouled it almost into the St. Mary's dugout. She's hitting the ball when it's almost by her. punches it again, foul, knocked down by the third base coach. Spellman down to their last strike. Low for a ball. Spellman players and coach holding their breath a little bit. You never know what the umpire's going to call. So you took that pitch. It was a ball. But you never know what if that right arm comes up, the game is over. Missing inside, and it's 2-2. And again, this is a videotape replay of the first two times. She walked in the first inning after 0-2. They walked her. After 0-2, the second time up, she got a base hit. Now, after 0-2, it's back to 2-2. This is the third time, and I guess it was ball 4. I thought it was ball 3. That's the third time she went 0-2 against Donovan and lost her. Pearson, sacrifice reached when the ball was thrown away. Grounded to third, grounded to the mound. In for a strike. You would think they try to get Donovan to second base. She can run very well. She's the tie and run. Three walks now given up by Pepe. In for a strike, and once again, Spellman down their last strike. Strike 3. Now she can run because of the third out, and it gets away. Oh, they have a pulse. She struck out. The error on the throw to first base moves the runner over. Now I'm not sure what they're doing. St. Mary's is leaving the field. The runner can go to first base because there's 2 outs. It's not. It's only when there's less than 2 outs. So St. Mary's has to come back out. I'm not sure why they didn't know that rule. They're thinking it's because first base is occupied, it's 3 outs. But it's not. So now the pulse gets a little heavier with a tying run at third base. Spellman's going to get 4 outs in the inning. The strikeout, and then he threw the ball away at first base. And the error allowed Donovan, who went to second on the strikeout, to go to third. And Spellman, 60 feet away from tying the game up. Kelly grounded a short, grounded a second, and singled and scored the 1 run that Spellman has. And she's got a chance to get Spellman right back in the game. Paige Licata called her team off the field, thinking the game was over. And if it was 1 out, the hitter would have been out. But with 2 outs, the ball's alive. High for a ball. 2-0. Missing again, 3-0. The walk loads the bases. So now the pitcher Sullivan can help herself. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position with the tying run at third. Sullivan struck out, walked, and her pop-up was dropped by the pitcher when she reached first base. It fouled back and out of play. So Spellman not going quietly, although they've been helped here. Third error in the ballgame for St. Mary's. In for a strike, and once again, we've been through this before. Spellman down to their last strike. White knuckle time here. Swing and a miss. She gets it for the strikeout, so she strikes out the side. Two walks in the inning and another error. So Pepe gives up the one run that was earned. 3 base hits. She walked 4. Struck out 12 and survives a bizarre 7th inning as they got, after 2 outs, a walk, a strikeout that reached was thrown away, another walk, loaded the bases. Pepe comes up with a big pitch with the big strikeout, and St. Mary's will get their 5th win as they eke out a 2-1 win over Spellman. It was St. Mary's. Small led off the second with a base hit, went to second on a wild pitch. Porozinski tripled in the run. It was 1-0. It stayed that way until the 5th, and a big play by Grossi. She singled, went to second on a ground ball, and then the big play, she was halfway between second and third. When they lobbed the ball back to the pitcher, she stole third, put her in scoring position, and D'Alessandro got the fly ball to left field to knock in the run to make it 2-0 at the time. And then a base hit by Kelly, a pop-up by the pitcher that was dropped, a base hit by Palmer, and then the sacrifice fly by Dockery made it 2-1. And then Spellman came up just shy in the last inning, leaving the bases loaded without getting a base hit. 2 walks and a strikeout that reached. And they leave 3 on base, and it winds up with St. Mary's picking up their 5th win to go 5-1, winning it 2-1. Spellman will drop to 1-2. So Sullivan pitched a very good ball game. Gave up the 2 runs that were earned. She struck out 7, only walked 1, but Pepe was tough, especially with people on base. 12 strikeouts for Pepe, and the only 3 hits. Smaller got a base. DiBiaso got a base hit. Smaller got a base hit and scored a run. Porozinski had a triple and a single. Jordan Sullivan had a base hit. So St. Mary's got 7 hits in the game. But they only got 2 runs. Alyssa Grossi had a base hit and scored a run, and her big steal of third, scoring the run that made it 2-0 at the time, turned out to be the winning run, 2-1. And St. Mary's wins it, eking out, holding on in the 7th inning. They win it 2-1 over Spellman. Spellman again will drop to 1-2. St. Mary's goes to 5-1. So we hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.